My family has a very interesting car history. In fact, so hidden that my family had a car I had no idea about. In 1963, my grandfather bought a Buick Riviera. After my grandfather's passing, my uncle Mark decided to take the Buick Riviera and do a full resto mod with the car. My uncle wasn't worried about the budget, and he was going to take his time with the vehicle. Unfortunately, my Uncle Mark was running on the treadmill and had a heart attack and unfortunately passed away. And unfortunately, we didn't know the car's fate until much later. Okay, so this is when the story gets really crazy, and this is when I knew I had to share this story with you guys because I think it's gonna intrigue you very much. So before my uncle passed away, my uncle had it at a shop up in Maryland to get this restoration done. It was gonna have an LS3 in it, it was gonna have custom motor and trans work and custom fab mounts and so on and so forth. And while it was there, the progress was going fairly good. It was a little low down the line, but that was just because of time and budget and so on and so forth. However, when my uncle passed away, my aunt didn't know what to do with it. So she sold it, and we didn't know where it went. And remember guys, I didn't know about this story until maybe a month ago. And so I called up my mom and I was like, wait, we had this car, where'd it go? And unfortunately, guys, last year, my aunt then passed away in a scuba diving accident. She went missing last year, and eventually she was found. But then she went missing, and then we're like, oh, well, there's the dead end. We have no idea where the car went. So then after that happened, we went to my aunt's sister, and we said, hey, do you have any idea who she sold this car to? And she didn't really have an idea, but she then told us maybe you should call that shop where it was originally. Hey Mom, how's it going?
Okay, how are you?
Good. I just have a quick question. What was the name of the shop that the Riviera was sold to in Maryland?
It was, a second, I'll tell you. I have it up here. It's called East Coast Hot Rod Garage.
East Coast Hot Rod Garage. So we ended up calling the shop, and it was a guy named Ray, and Ray has been working at this shop forever. And we called him and we asked him where the car was, if he had seen it. And his response was he was staring right at it. We ended up learning that, get this, so when the car was sold, it was eventually bought by a CBS sportscaster. And so in a turn of events, the sportscaster didn't really do anything with it down the road. I think he wanted more discounts and it just didn't work out. So he ended up not doing anything with it. So he'd been a previous customer before and he wanted to do this and it didn't work out. No big deal, right? The car sat out in a storage building. These two customers came into the shop not too long afterwards, and they had a Riviera. They had bought a Riviera for $12,000. It was in pretty rough shape, and they wanted to do a full restoration, very much like my Uncle Mark did. And then Ray said to them, listen, you should probably ditch that shell and buy this one. And because the chassis was already done, the primer was already done, everything else was done. The interior was completely gutted and then assembled. So this guy took it upon himself. He ditched that 12K chassis and then bought my Uncle Mark's. Now, that is where it is right now. Incredible guys. Talking on the phone with them was an awesome time. And I'm definitely eventually going to chase after this car to see it. Can I afford it? Unfortunately not. It is very expensive. It's got a ton of money in it. And with everything else going in my life, it can't get back in our family yet, unfortunately. This just goes to show that my uncle was somebody that I really didn't get to see much. He was a very important person. He was very high up at a company called Phillips Seafood. They're located in Annapolis, Maryland. And he worked his way up over all these years and made himself just a very hard worker and a great family man. And it's unfortunate that he passed away and I didn't get much time bonding with him growing up. At the end of the day, keep your family close, and you might run into something that might be a diamond in the rough, and it might be too late later. But my next goal is eventually this year, I'm going to go up to Maryland and see and film the car for you guys to show it off. Will I be able to have it? No. But will I be able to show you a gem? Absolutely. So thanks so much for watching this, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story that I found. So many things happened so quickly. I can't believe we were able to find it in the first place. And I'm very excited to see where this leads us. So thanks so much for watching this quick little video, and I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day.